All right, guys, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel. I had a couple different titles for this video that didn't stick. Like, what in the world am I looking at? And how do I pronounce this name? And things like that. But we went with Kansept is keeping it wild with the new Nahual. And guys, that's Nahual, and everything I can find, it's supposed to be like Spanish Nahual. If I don't say it right, then please correct me, but I think that's right. Designed by Javier Garcia, 2.95-inch blade, blackwash titanium, copper, carbon fiber, and Damascus. There are 3 versions of the Nahual. See, I can't say it. But yeah, interesting design. Now they're calling this a dagger. This is not a dagger. This is a wild harpoon sheep's foot, okay? If you ask me, it is a really crazy looking proportional design in that it just feels pretty even, if you will. If you look, bam, bam, pretty even, maybe a little bit longer on the handle, but proportionally. And the reason they can do that is we have this big spot here for a finger choil. Now, when you're backed up here, you have a 4-finger grip and you have this great harpoon ramp kind of deal. And then you can choke up as well. It is contoured, and we have this beautiful copper carbon fiber, which you guys know is absolutely one of my favorites, blackwash titanium, and this gorgeous 9CR or 10CR, I'm not sure which, Damascus. It is a Javier Garcia design and a really wild looking blade. I mean, this is crazy. Now, how does this, because it is a little bit thicker, how does it cut? Fine. This is a really nice cutter, has a nice tall flat grind. You can see pretty tall, just well done. You do have a good choil here for sharpening relief because of the large finger choil that you kind of got to stay back of that edge a little bit. So it's a short knife, but it's a chunky knife, if that makes any sense. It does have some milling for weight reduction, and of course with carbon fiber, it's going to be a little less. Now, your back spacer is a small guy, but it has your lanyard hole in it, and you have a titanium clip that is... I don't think it's reversible, actually, because it looks like it's cut into the scale there. I will let you know for sure here in a minute when we get to the specs. Now, it's a whole deployment. With an Axis style lock, the spring is what, now there is a detent to speak of. There's a mechanical point right there, okay? But the spring is what determines how good you can do this. Now, I have to give it some rest. And by the way, yes, you can shake this guy open. Thumb-wise, it opens fairly easily. You got to stay kind of back to the back of the hole, because if you're way up here, you're going to run into this whoop right there on the handle. So kind of like that, works well. Middle finger flick, and it's broken in because, again, just a reminder, with Kansept, we have bearings, cage ceramic ball bearings, but we actually also have race washers. So it takes a little time and they break in really nicely. Very good. Now, as far as, you know, everything, it is dead center now. It's off to the show just a little bit, but it's all the way out to the end. If I tighten this, by the way, it is a spinning pivot, but if you tighten it a little bit, then it should center up. And you can see we are locked up very well. No lock rock, no blade play. Again, there's your lockup point right there. And yeah, so really, really nicely done. Now, if we go over here and grab this, there is a shred carbon fiber version of this with a machine satin blade that is $214. I'll have links down below. That has some bronze hardware, which is really cool. And then you have this guy for $240, and then you have a black one with blue Arctic Storm fat carbon, black blade, black hardware, black bolster. That one's awesome looking. Wish they had sent me that one for $250. Now let's talk about specs and all that good stuff. Okay, now this is 7.02 inches overall with a 2.95-inch blade, 0.13 on the stock, so a little thicker, by the way. We have good jimping on that harpoon, okay? Damascus blade, they call it a dagger. It's not, whatever. 4.25 ounces. Designed by Javier Garcia. It does not tell me the answer to my question, but that is okay. All right, so that's what you're going to get. Very, very cool as well. Just a really, now handle thickness, guys, you should know this guy is 0.54, so it's a little bit thicker, but again, because it's smaller, that's actually going to help with your grip. And then relief on this big giant swedge up here for cutting. It's just a really well thought out knife. Is it for everyone? Probably not. It's a pretty unique and kind of polarizing design. Now, it's going to be way smaller than the Ontario Route 1, and it's going to be a little bit, let's see, a little bit shorter actually than the Route 2. It's going to be a little shorter than the Tempest Pinion, which is 8 inches, and it's going to be about the same, as the Microburst. But you can see, guys, the Microburst, we've always talked about it being a tall, flat grind, but look at that. Now, the grind is very similar, actually, but this blade overall is quite taller. See, our grind is very similar as far as the grind height, if that makes sense. So there you go. That is the Nahual from our friends at Kansept. What do you guys think of this crazy looking knife? I think it's pretty dang cool. And again, there's 3 versions. Again, really, now I am, by the way, I meant to mention, when I'm back here, I'm on the ragged edge of 4 fingers, but when I'm up here, this feels really nice. By the way, it does carry a little thicker because it's tall like this, which, overall height in the pocket is 1.5 inches. But it's not bad, so it doesn't carry really slim either this direction or this direction, but it's definitely a pretty dang nice design. So very cool. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to all, and I appreciate you guys for all you do and all your kindness, and I thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.